Oh, we're so excited to have our next guest taking over our kitchen today.
Award-winning chef, writer, blogger, TV spokesperson. I think the list goes on and on. Talking about Bren Herrera, who's here talking about modern pressure cooking.
What do you want to know?
I don't know a thing about it.
We've been asking for so many questions. I know, because I see that and we think, oh, a crock pot.
Oh, that's the complete
It's hurting your ears.
opposite of what I'm doing here. Pressure cooking. So I'm sure you may have heard your mom or your grandmother at some point in your childhood or young adulthood, which you still are, talk about pressure cooking, right? Maybe beans, maybe rice, maybe steak. I don't know, maybe.
A little bit, a little bit.
So it's a very old vintage technique that our grandmothers used to use back in the 40s and 50s. It was very energy efficient, very time efficient. But modern pressure cookers are in now, very much the it thing in cooking.
So it's fast?
It's super fast. It saves you up to about 70% of cooking time because everything is literally cooked under pressure. And so, why not use this for the holidays? You've got family over, the New Year's coming up, you want to entertain your friends.
Why not use it all year long?
I don't want you in the kitchen. I want you with your friends, with your family. I want you hosting them,
Yeah.
right? So this is what I call the unicorn in the kitchen because, like, does it really exist? Traditionally, a roast could take you anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours. In the pressure cooker, 30 minutes.
Wow.
A roast.
That's a roast, a browned, beautiful round roast. We call it carne asada. Yuca, for instance, in traditional, stovetop, in a regular pot, it could take anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how much you're cooking, to cook down. In the pressure cooker, 11 minutes.
No way.
You're not losing preservatives, you're not losing vitamins, you're not losing nutrition, you're not losing flavor, and you're certainly not losing color because you're cooking in a very short amount of time, and water is not, you don't have as much water in it to evaporate. So your food is still beautiful, colored, vibrant, and super delicious.
Is it easy to use? Is it user-friendly?
So look at this. You have the bottom and you have the top. This is all you have in here. This is a 1 and 2 low-high pressure cooker, so you can cook under low pressure for things like rice and certain risottos, and high pressure for things like super tough cuts of meat, your beans, etc.
Does your cookbook explain some of that?
So my cookbook, which just came out, Modern Pressure Cooking, explains the difference between stovetop pressure cooking and electric pressure cooking. So this is kind of like the new it thing, which is kind of bringing pressure cooking back because you don't have to understand pressure cooking to actually enjoy it. This has preset buttons for you, which do it all for you. You come in here, you press rice or risotto, and it's done for you. You hit beans and lentils, and it's done for you. So you don't have to kind of figure out the time that you need in here. With the stovetop, I like it because you can manipulate the time a little more. And you can walk away from the stove, you can turn the heat down and let it do its thing. But that requires a little more knowledge of pressure cooking. But it's super easy. I invite a novice to use it. I invite pros to use it. And again,
Are you actually cooking? I know you brought this.
Let's cook.
I know, right? Because we're almost out of time.
Ropa vieja, very traditional Cuban meal, which is that beautiful meat right there. It's flank steak. So again, in the pressure cooker, this would normally take about an hour to cook down. In the pressure cooker, 20 minutes. So we have water or chicken broth in here, a bay leaf, hoja de laurel, and you're gonna stick this beautiful piece of meat, my hands are clean, in here. Use those tongs too if you're at home. And you're going to season it with salt, which is right here. Would you mind passing me that?
A little salt.
A little salt, just to, season the water a little bit. About a teaspoon or 2. And then you're gonna close this up. This is how simple it is, girls.
We're fascinated. I can tell. We're like, our minds are turning. Okay.
Close it, hit it on 2 for high pressure. You lock it, and high heat. Once this reaches pressure in about 15 minutes, you're gonna hear it make a little bit of noise, and that's because it's getting to that pressure point. You're gonna reduce the heat to about medium and finish cooking it for the remaining 10 minutes. It takes about 15 minutes to reach pressure and then 10 minutes, and it's done. When you pull this out and you let it cool, then you're gonna shred the beef. Like so. Obviously, all the pressure's gonna come out. You open it, and then you add all of these beautiful ingredients. You're gonna add a cup and a half. We're gonna pretend.
Oh, that's not for. Okay, yeah. Well, we were wondering if we were just drinking it, or okay.
So a cup and a half of red wine, tomato sauce, which is why it has that beautiful color.
Is this recipe in the cookbook?
This recipe's in all of these recipes are in the cookbook.
Good. That's what we need.
Onions, and then these beautiful tri-colored peppers, red, yellow, and green for the holiday season. Oregano, this is fresh oregano. You could use dried if you'd like. And then garlic. And then you can add on additional ingredients that you're familiar with at home. I use a lot of cumin, pepper, But isn't that beautiful? Look at that pot. You close this up again, and then you cook it for an additional 10, and you have that right there.
We have a little less than a minute left, but you do meat. I mean, I heard you say beans. I mean, what can you cook in a pressure cooker?
You can cook anything in a pressure cooker. So I have flan recipes. I have cheesecake
flan
recipes.
you can make?
The flan. That's like my claim to fame here. So that's a pistachio flan with cardamom. And again, traditionally the flan could take you anywhere from 60 minutes to 90, depending if you're cooking at stovetop or in the oven in a traditional bain-marie or a baño de Maria. In the pressure cooker, 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Have I sold you?
Have I sold you
on pressure cooking? So yeah, the book then gives you, I have over 100 recipes for stovetop and electric pressure cookers, so that if you prefer this kind of, you know, press the button, let it do it for you, I have those directions, and then I have directions for the more traditional stovetop. But the point is to save you a lot of time in the kitchen, enjoy beautiful, delicious food in significantly shorter times.
Awesome job, well done. We are sold. Thank you so much for coming in.
Happy holidays.